It might still crawl with traffic, but at least it'll be smog-free. That's the London that Boris Johnson says is just 15 years away, with a pledge to ban all cars with internal combustion engines by 2035.
We have to deal with our CO2 emissions, and that is why the UK is calling for us to get to net zero as soon as possible.
Joined by documentarian David Attenborough, the British Prime Minister pledged Britain would lead the world in cuts to its greenhouse gas emissions.
And in the hurricanes and the bushfires and the melting of the ice caps and the acidification of the oceans, the evidence is now overwhelming.
As well as its 2035 ban on petrol and diesel cars, the government also promised to accelerate the rollout of low-emission vehicles.
There's a contrast where you've got some of the biggest markets in the world, like the UK, the European Union, setting a clear direction to get to net zero emissions so they can maximise the benefits of that transition. In Australia, we're stuck in policy limbo.
The UK has a rapidly growing fleet of hybrid and electric cars and is quickly building the infrastructure to support it. In addition to more than 10,000 charging points across the UK, there are ultra-low emission zones, like here in Hackney, where during peak hours, diesel, petrol and even older model hybrid cars are already banned.
Look at the historic emissions of the UK. We have a responsibility to our planet to lead in this way.
In many ways, this is an easy promise for a Prime Minister unlikely to be in office to implement it.
That the longer we leave it and not doing things but going on talking about the problems, the worse it's going to get.
But for a Conservative government, it's a pretty different posture to what we're used to seeing in Australia. Linton Besser, ABC News, London.